So I wanted to do a video on why people wouldn't vote for Biden. I get a lot of heat from some of my friends and associates that I know. One in particular, Mrs. L, I'll say, and this is somebody that I consider a friend of mine. She's really a very warm-hearted person. I get a very good energy from this person, and she has a problem, or she doesn't really, I don't know if she understands completely why someone like me, who's for giving Americans so much. I'm for free college, I'm for $15 minimum wage, I'm for a job guarantee, I'm for canceling all people's debt. Why somebody like me, who wants to give Americans, who's in favor of giving Americans so much, would even consider not voting for Biden, when the establishment and cable news outlets would tell you that when you have Trump as the alternative, why would you dare not vote for Biden? And I say this because they say, "Oh well, yes, you might not like this about Biden, but we got to get rid of Trump," because they give you this lesser evil argument that they say that well, you at least it's not Trump. But you got to remember, Biden is now a confirmed rapist, and so when cable news called some people that I know in my family who voted for Trump, when they call those Trump voters deplorable people, because these people knew Trump's documented racist past, they knew he was kind of narcissistic and self-serving, and why would you vote for this guy? They called those people deplorable, and most of those people were really just saying, "Hey, I'm a Republican, Trump's a Republican," and they didn't like Hillary, and they just, "Hey, we're voting for Republican." No matter what had been proven about his past. And now, are we going to call the Democratic voters? I tell people all this time, do we now call Democratic voters who are going to vote for Joe Biden, who's a confirmed rapist, who created the '94 crime bill, who's had the most negative impact on African Americans? If you go by the records, by their policy, not by the stuff that they say, by their policy, Biden has had a more of a negative impact on African Americans than Trump can ever have. And so, and that's just fact. And that I'm not comfortable saying that because it gives Trump, undeserved credit. But that is factually correct. If you go by policy and impact on African Americans, Biden has had the most negative impact on African Americans. And I'm somebody who would never advocate voting for Trump. I'd never vote for Trump. But for my friend that seems to have a hard time with why I would not vote for Biden, is because they're the same coin. They're two faces of the same coin. Biden isn't for a 15. Even legalizing marijuana. Biden isn't for canceling all of student debt. He's not for canceling for all of medical debt. He's not for free college. He's not for making sure during this healthcare pandemic that we have universal healthcare. Biden doesn't support universal healthcare during the healthcare pandemic. When people are losing their jobs, aka also losing their insurance, Biden doesn't support a universal healthcare program. So both candidates, I can't support. And there was a poll that came out that said, I'm one of those Bernie voters, and there's a poll that just came out that says that 51 New Emerson poll finds that 51% majority of Sanders supporters are likely to consider voting third party or independent. And that is definitely true for me. I won't be voting for Biden if Biden isn't going to pick Bernie Sanders as the vice president. If Biden doesn't say he's going to fight or for Medicare for all, or if he's not going to cancel all student debt or make marijuana legal, no, I will not be voting for Biden. And even if he says some of these things, the guy can't be trusted. He's a liar. He has a record of lying. He dropped out one of his presidential races in the past because of lying, because of plagiarism. He dropped out his presidential race last time because of lying and plagiarism. And so those are the reasons. It's not just me, but the majority of people. Why you gotta understand? Why you gotta sometimes ask the question: why would people that are considered so liberal like myself, or so left, who want to give Americans, what I believe what every other country has, give Americans what we deserve? Why someone like me would consider not voting for somebody when the alternative is Trump? And it's because you can't stop. There's nobody that's going to be on the ticket that's against Wall Street that's going to have your back. When Wall Street interests want what they want. There's nobody that's going to stop Big Pharma from raking us through the cold with these outrageous drug prices. There's not going to be an advocate in the White House if Biden or Trump get elected that's going to say, hey, marijuana should be legal. There's not going to be an advocate to for higher minimum wages and Medicare. And so, no, I can't vote for either candidate. And I'm not alone, obviously, like the poll indicates. So that's why I can't support Biden. All of these things Biden has done, and he's not even trying to give us anything. Give us cancel student debt. Give us legalization of marijuana, something. Biden won't even move to get my vote. He's not entitled to my vote. And you people get this misconstrued when you think the vote is earned. I mean the vote is deserved. No. My vote must be earned. I don't owe anybody my vote. The vote must be earned. And once you feel like you must vote for somebody without getting anything, remember they're not even trying to give us any concessions. So why you don't deserve my vote? My vote must be earned. And never twist that. The politician is supposed to earn the vote, not give your vote for nothing. That's why black people are about to be worth zero in America, and we've been giving the Democratic Party 90% of our vote for decades on end. It's time to halt the train and say, no, we're going to hold the vote hostage. You're not getting anything for free. We want something. You represent us. You're public servants. And so we shouldn't forget that. And that's why it's a false narrative to say the lesser evil. These lesser evils create bigger evils. Obama was a lesser evil. And now we have Trump, a bigger evil. We got to stop with this lesser evilism and opt for something that's not evil at all. And that's it. I'm not voting for lesser evil anymore. I'm not voting for evil. I'm done.